Hey, and welcome to map 4 of Duke Nukem 3D's Lunar Apocalypse. So, as we head outside here, we can beat this guy up with our foot. We can grab the night vision goggles there. You can see we can have a nice view out onto space. Once we kill this babe though, an Octobrain's going to show up to sort us out. Gonna grab that shotgun though, because why would we not? So, Fusion Station is a very interesting level, in that it's one of the first levels in Duke Nukem 3D where if you have a jetpack, you can pretty much skip the entirety of this level. And over the years, whenever I play this episode, I will usually save a jetpack for this level so that I can skip it. So it's actually going to be pretty interesting to play this level fully through. So if you have the jetpack, this is where you would fly up and just go straight to the exit. Ow. Thank you for that, game. So we'll head over here. Be careful for the drones flying around here. A lot of drones spawn in this central section. Take care of you. Gotta be careful with the RPG here. We obviously don't want to blow ourselves up. So we're just gonna sneak around here. I do love the lighting in this room. Like, I love how the sort of generator in the center there causes lots of flickering, and it makes this room seem a lot more tense than it would be otherwise, because you can't really see properly in here. Like, the lighting's changing so often, it's flickering so much. There's a secret here. If we go inside, you can take you out. There's also pipe bombs up top, but I don't really want those. We're not going to really need those in this level. If you look through there, you can see there's a Ripper weapon over there. We actually need to hit that switch back there. It's actually essential that we do that, because these doors don't open unless you actually hit that switch. And it can actually be pretty difficult to spot, because you have to jump inside here to see it. Look at this guy here, just hanging out in the middle. So we've got the Ripper here, but there's also a secret compartment here with a bunch of ammo in case you need it. And there's the room we were in just now. That's where you'd shoot down to hit the switch if you didn't go up to click it like we did. So this room here is actually very fun. Those turbines are spinning, and if you get caught in the wrong spot, it's very easy for them to crush you. So it's very important that you don't just dive in, because you will actually get squished against the sides. But it is kind of fun to ride them. The main intention here though is to hit these switches, which if we do it right, we can get it done no problem at all. Once you start hitting the switches, enemies start coming into the room above though, so you've got to be really careful with that. Make sure you don't accidentally get squished against the wall. So you can see the other side of the room has filled up with enemies. Take these guys down, no problem at all here. So that was a very interesting room, that one. It kind of forced you to make use of underwater skills and also the ability not to get squished. So here's another interesting part here. We can blow these canisters up because we don't want to accidentally get caught. But you may have noticed that we are moving up further and further higher in this central room here. This is a very vertical room, this central one, and we enter into it several times. There's a whole bunch of sentries who appear as you kind of make your way up, so it's up to you if you want to take them out, but honestly I just find it's easier to just run from them, to be honest. I'm going to make use of the pipe bomb here to try and clear out all those enemies, and then we're going to take these out. You don't really want them following you through to the next room because it's just a pain in the backside. But as you can see here, This is a very alien feeling space, and like I said, this is very vertical, so you can kind of look back on the areas you were in previously, you can look up to the areas you haven't been to yet. We're just going to take out all of these enemies in here. So you can see that explosion's caused the wall here to crack, so it means we can actually jump up here. That's if I can actually make the jump. We're going to take out all these enemies. I think once we shoot this lady here, it triggers a small trap. It does. These Octobrains really love the babes, don't they? So we can pick up some ammo for our weapons there. I love this little bit here because this bit feels very space-like. Like you're kind of looking out on the earth from this kind of walkway. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of interesting visual moments in this episode. They kind of give you a sense of scope for what you're kind of doing here. Take out the enemies there. So you can see there's a little shadow there in the corner. Luckily, a pipe bomb sorted that out. I do wonder if there's anything up there. Unfortunately, I do not have a jetpack right at this second, so no way for me to go up there and check. So this room here is fairly ominous looking, with the flashing red lights and the pulsing lights from the centre there. Take care of all the enemies in there. Probably use the RPG to get rid of those. Ooh, that one there got a bit too close for comfort, I have to say. So if we dive into the middle here, yes, there we can get the destroyer, which is very nice indeed. So you can see that opens up the door there. We can't actually access it unless we hit this switch, so it's a pretty fun little puzzle there. So here's some more sentries, which we were discussing earlier. They're very annoying enemies, very annoying enemies. And we're taking hits from the sides over there. So we've got to be careful because we're not doing too hot in the health department. And there's quite a lot of things going on here. Okay, so that looks like something we've got to blow up.
Your face, your ass, what's the difference?
So this looks like something big and shiny. We should probably try blowing it up. Oh, there we go. So sometimes in Duke Nukem levels, you'll have to destroy these kind of things to progress the level forward, because it kind of changes the environment so you can actually get through. Oh, hello you. Please don't hit me with that. So there's no atomic health. Sometimes when you destroy things like that, there's atomic health left behind for you, but not in this case, it seems. So yeah, this is the end of the level here, I think. We'll grab these items. So if you were playing this from the start with a jetpack, this is where you'd fly to. Now, I'm just having a look around here. Now, given that it's been so long since I've actually done this without the jetpack, I'm just wondering if there's a switch or something around here which we're supposed to trigger. Let's go back down here and have a quick nosy around here, because I did kind of run through this room pretty quickly. So you can see there is ammo in here, which is pretty nice. Not going to complain about more ammo. I wonder. Oh, so there's some atomic health down there. Is that a secret, or is that part of the official thing? I'm wondering if there's like a switch or something that I'm not seeing. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done this level legit. We'll come down here anyway just to see. See, we got the jetpack. Although now we've kind of exposed ourselves to these guys, which is not fun. Take you out. Again, this level's got a massive sense of scale to it because the huge verticality means that you can really kind of get a sense, whoa, sense of score for where you have been and where you're going. So let's get rid of these guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, need to be careful there. Let's take the fight out here. So yeah, with the jetpack, you can actually fly around this level pretty easily. Sort you out. Interestingly, in the N64 version of this level, there aren't that many octobrains walking around. That's the one thing that seems to have gone missing in this level. Like, the number of octobrains is pretty much down to naught. It's a very tight ending room. There's a lot of enemies spawn in, and it's kind of like a little trap. But I just want to quickly show you that, like, if you have the jetpack, this is where we came out at the start. You can actually just sort of make your way straight to the exit. And this is the way I recommend doing this level if you can, because there's really nothing in this level worth detouring to see. I hate saying that because, you know, it isn't the worst level, but at the end of the day, it's nothing super spectacular. It's visually quite impressive, don't get me wrong. Like, that central room that's very tall, very impressive, but outside of that, this level's really lacking in distinctive kind of landmarks. So I am going to cover the N64 version here, but I'm going to do it slightly differently because when I recorded this, it didn't actually record the sounds or anything audio-wise. So I'm going to quickly go through the highlights of this level with you. So as I mentioned, there are no octobrains in this version of the level, which means that things like that trap there are kind of diminished because there isn't a trap to speak of. Probably the most interesting thing in the Nintendo 64 version of this level, however, is this. So you can see in the middle there's actually a little sprite that's sort of floating around in this room with the pulsing red lights. And what's really interesting is that if we actually shoot at that, which I'm going to do in a second here, you can actually see that it turns into a protector drone. Now what's noteworthy about that is that these enemies don't appear in the original trilogy of episodes in Duke Nukem 3D. They only really appear in the 4th episode of the PC version, so it's kind of interesting that they were actually brought in for the Nintendo 64 version. I also wanted to show off the end of the level here and how low res that door is, but I wanted to just show that the ending to this level is fairly similar, except for the fact that there's no octobrains in this final room. Now I am making use of the shrink ray here, which I haven't really done in the N64 version of Duke Nukem so far. Where's the third one gone? I know it's still around because I only squished 2 of them, so I'm assuming it's going to show up at some point. But yeah, the thing with this level is that there really isn't that much difference, other than a few enemies have been removed and a few of the traps have been sort of neutered. The thing is, I don't think this is a bad level at all. I think it's a visually interesting level, and I think that it definitely kind of captures the otherworld vibes that this episode of Duke Nukem is going for. My problem, I guess, is that because, like, it's a very vertical level, like, a lot of the rooms don't feel that big, and it feels like there's not a lot going on in some of the earlier rooms. So some of the rooms don't feel that interesting to traverse once you've kind of made your way to the top, but it's an okay level. I do recommend skipping it though if you have the jetpack. It's definitely the way to go. And you'll notice again, no octobrains in this room, but we do get to save the chicks, so that's good. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this level in the comments, and thank you very much for watching, and thanks for bearing with me with the sound issues in the Duke Nukem 64 portion of the video.